All right, hello everybody. Welcome to this reading. We are here to find out what it is that God wants us to know. So, Women's Only Collective Reading. I've been drawn to a lot of decks. So, let's get comfortable as we dive in to the situation. Most High God, if there's anybody trying to interfere with this reading, please block them so we can receive the messages that you brought us here to receive. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Thank you. Is somebody stressed or is it just me? I can feel pain from the neck to the base of the back. Sana. Chanos nanim tishiral srapona yinexa shon. Charat inna rapushuna desilet la kashimin ens la nenis rapuchala trapona na sawashala kochun nimesra traponi nikreka toshula da kauma semenesran. Sipi inne na sorokun hamsulanan hinnis la karatra mines la tlaqaun hamos ninnes la kaun shabab sutapa. Timies ne nalotu ham shanane kitus na kapush na nenis kitetiras. Son ham helikechi nan nasal trapun nasal katashi me ensatu. Insta trap on askichilet la tosula machine heti. Jesola. Alos nan mingines nan nas kochu dinas islok tjala traumas afremies la nekitia. Tos nan imigiti ishara posula na datapishi na ta setre kushuna nan nenia samuna na reputashina ne ketosuna da janan. was fine before I started this reading, and then just before I came into this reading, I started feeling ill. Excuse me. If this is somebody else's pain, while I was talking in tongues, I was hearing it's not your portion. So don't claim whatever pain that is. It's not your portion. Somebody's trying to project that onto you. So refuse to accept it and carry on with your life. Refuse to accept it and carry on with your life. Okay? Back to sender. It's not your portion. Okay. All right. So, subject matter of this part of your message, ladies. Oh gosh. We got here lactation. Okay. So here has everything to do with the head. I was hearing that while I was talking in tongues too. Something about your head. And lactation. Somebody's trying to lock something into your head. Whatever this is, it's not your portion, so do not accept it. Okay. So the card to come out is the Nephilims, but it was kind of in the reverse. So let's just check the energy for interpretation. Use correct this way. Okay, so it's in the upright. So the Nephilims, these are protectors. Okay, what I've learned about the Nephilims is These are the good guys. These are the ones that they don't get involved in the nonsense. They know who they are in God, in nature, in the universe. They follow divine law. They love divine law. They're just cool with being good. That's what I've learned about the Nephilims. So there's the Anunnaki, there's the reptilians, and they're the Nephilims. It's like they're three, I would call them brothers, three tribes. Let's call them that. That's a better way because it's male, female. But three tribes. Now, the reptilians, they're quite naughty. The Anunnaki, they're in between. They lost their way. They're finding their way back to being good, respecting divine law. The reptilians don't have much respect for divine law at all. Okay? Well, this is the way that they've presented themselves. They probably do, but generally, they don't. These are the ones that's into like hedonism. I do what I want when I want because I can. Okay? And I don't care about the consequences. That's the reptilian mindset. The Anunnaki mindset is in between the Nephilim mindset and the reptilian mindset. They fell from grace following the reptilians, but a portion of them are now coming to the realization that they are going the wrong way and they need to respect divine law. So they have been trying to find their way back to grace, following divine law. The Nephilims are the ones that they know, they respect divine law. They know the importance of divine law. Okay? They know that it's there to protect the soul, the mind, the body. These rules are put in place to help us facilitate good karma. In essence, a good life. So even though challenges come towards us, even though people try to make our lives difficult, we're always able to transcend these difficulties. We're always able to escape majorly unscathed by the attacks of those who try to persecute us or try to change us and stuff like that. Okay? So it's the underlying issue is the lactation and hair energy. So this is about the head, yeah. And then we got adults. So an adult is someone who has been through life. We have seen things, we have learned things, and we know better. Okay? Because a person who has grown to an adult body, if they are not adult like in the mind, we call them childish. They're still children. Okay, so the reptilians will be seen as children. The Anunnaki, a lot of them became children after being so highly exalted and highly intelligent. They regressed, okay, rather than kept making progress. The Nephilims, they are the adults of the lot, okay? So this is all about what's in your mind, what's in your head, what you got locked in your head. So what I'm getting from that locked in your head is the rules that you live by, your belief system, the philosophies that you govern yourself by. These are the determining factors of your fate, of your future, of your destiny. Okay? So it's good to have an adult-like mindset. Be responsible, be mature, do the right thing for the right reason. Okay? Let's read on. So that's the underlying issue. What we got locked in our head is our adulthood, maturity. Okay? Nephilim energy. So then we got demons, government, politics. So government is like the governing body in politics. So there's the opposite energy, demon governing the body, right? So we got love and we got fact check mainstream news report. So this is a personal reading, so this is not about the world now. This is about self. This is about what you got locked in your mind, ladies. This is about what you believe. Okay? So it's like there's some of you that are questioning love, the power of love, the importance of love, the necessity of love, the results of love. Okay? So you need to fact check your mindset, what you've been reporting to yourself, and you need to cut anything that doesn't work for your highest good. Any belief systems that you got that don't work for your highest good, because you got hair and barbering. Barbering is all about cutting off, cutting hair, trimming this, trimming that, shaping up things so that it suits you. Okay? So this is about checking ourselves, ladies. We need to get into our mind and make sure that the things we believe in, the rules that we're believing is of pure energy. Make sure that we are in alignment with divine law. Make sure we're not breaking divine law, because you cannot be breaking divine law and then wonder why your life is so shitty. Okay? Breaking divine law mean you open yourself up to prosecution in the court of supreme law, which is the universe, the universal court, the actual supreme court, the real high court, karma. Okay? So this look like it's a reading so far telling us to check ourselves, check what we believe in, because love is actually the way, and love doesn't mean that you allow people to take advantage of you. Okay? Love means that you're doing the right thing for the right reason, even when you don't feel like you want to, because you know the consequences are gonna come eventually. Okay? So to keep yourself out of spiritual jail, to keep yourself out of the line of fire in the future, you should do the right thing so you can reap the right rewards. Do good things so you can reap good rewards. So doing a good thing means if somebody's trying to take advantage of you, it is your duty to defend yourself. So if you have to use your devil energy to protect yourself, then that's the correct use of your devil energy, your negative energy, your masculine energy. Okay? That's the correct use of it for self-defense. When you're using your masculine energy, when you're using your power to offend people, well, that's when you're breaking divine law and you're opening up yourself for prosecution. Now the thing is, even when you're being good, people still come at you, but that means that they are breaking divine law, not you. So although you have to endure being targeted, being attacked, you will always, always, always come out on top. Yes, you may suffer a little bit, but just know that the victory is automatically yours. And that's the reason why they still can't conquer me. So I'm not telling you what I'm telling you because I'm guessing. I'm telling you because this is my living testimony. Okay? I know what I'm saying to be true, because I live this. Okay? It's a thing. There are laws of the land, and there are laws of the universe that need to be acknowledged if you want to get the best out of life. We can't just go around doing whatever we feel like and expect the universe to bend to our will. It wasn't built like that. Okay? It's like you have a machine that's built for a specific purpose. In order to make that machine work for something else, you have to actually redesign, rewire that machine. And the machine of life, the machine of creation, none of us beside God have the power to rewire that mechanism. So make your lifestyle make sense. Okay? Only God has that power. So if you feel like you got power to change the rules or to avert karma or anything like that, you need to think again. You're only fooling yourself. Life was not built like that. And we do not have the power to change the rules. The laws of the land, they change all the time, but the laws of creation, they were set from the beginning, because God don't make mistakes. God is not like us. So there's somebody trying to get into your head, whether that's with illness or some kind of belief. God is saying, do not claim anything in your head that is not yours. Okay? In my life, I've experienced like crying for no reason. Okay? Like, I would just be there absolutely fine, and all of a sudden I'd start crying. On more than one occasion this has happened. And me, my general spiritual countenance is one of happiness, one of pleasantness. I even love pleasantness so much that that's my Rastafarian name. My Rastafarian name I gave myself is Naomi, because it mean pleased, or I am pleased. I'm cool. That's why I could go through the type of things that I go through and overcome, is because I'm cool with it, because I mean it's just life, right? And I know I don't have to stay there. Well, before I knew I didn't have to stay there, I never had any intention to stay in sadness or fear or any of that negative shit, because that shit is heavy. I do not do negativity, period. Okay? So, saying all that to say, you have a choice. Okay? People can try to project beliefs and feelings onto you, but you have to suss yourself out to see, is this mine? Okay? Because at those times when I found myself crying, I took a look at my life to wonder, to figure out, well, what the hell about my life is making me so sad? And I couldn't come up with a reason. So then that made me decide, well, this is not mine. Thank you, but no thank you. And it went away. So as soon as you decide to discard of those thoughts and those feelings, they subside. For me, almost instantly. Okay? So do not believe everything that comes into your head. Whether it's an emotion or it's a thought, do not just believe it. Analyze yourself. Self-analysis. Okay? It's a natural part of life. It's a necessary part of life. Because I realize now these days they're promoting therapy a lot. But the truth of the matter is, and no disrespect to any therapists out there, we are our first therapists, because you will not always have access to somebody else to listen to you and help you understand you. Know thyself. It's been a thing for a very, very, very long time. Once you know yourself, you can then guide yourself. Okay? And how do you know yourself? You have to speak truth to yourself. Even if you don't like what you see, you have to speak truth to yourself for you to know exactly where you're at mentally, spiritually, so that you know which way to go mentally and spiritually. Because everything starts in the mind. If you're not okay in your mind, there's nothing else about your life that's going to be okay. Because if you yourself isn't fine in your mind, there's no love that anybody around you can give you that can make you feel well. This is why some people delete themselves. People who delete themselves are people who, it's not the world around them that they don't believe in. It's not the people around them that they don't believe in. It's them not believing in themselves. It's them not having any hope in what they can do themselves. Them feeling hopeless. Hopelessness causes that level of depression, and then it leads one to commit acts to end that emotional, mental, spiritual suffering. That's why people delete themselves. They feel like there's nothing more that I can do ever to find happiness again, to find success again. Do you understand? To find the kind of love that I once had with XYZ person. Things like that. Hopelessness leads to depression. That level of depression that comes from hopelessness. Just think about hopelessness for a moment. Hope is a very powerful element. Because when you have hope, you have something to look forward to. When you have no hope, it is a level of defeat. Hope is very important to a strong human mind and a successful life. Hope, aka faith, even for the atheist. Okay? So suss yourself and make sure that what you're feeling, what you're perceiving, makes sense to whatever life you're living. If it don't make sense, it's not yours. It's somebody using their magical abilities to project on you. Okay? So we got, this is organized crime involving government officials. So government officials, so this tampering with your mentality, tampering with your data, your philosophical data, has everything to do with government officials. Now, this could be the actual government, or this could be whoever is in charge of you. So who has power over you? This could be parents, this could be your spouse, this could be maybe a child that you really appreciate and hold in high esteem. This could be a friend. Whoever this is that you have given such power to, this could even be a stranger, because like I was saying, these thoughts, these feelings, it just came upon me. Like, where the hell did you come from? What's your source? And then when I suss myself, I can't find a source within my own life story. So that means as somebody else. So it may not be somebody close to you. It's just a hater who has tapped into you, who is targeting you to believe a certain way and feel a certain way. And it's often done to cause a chain reaction of events. So if you feel this pain, whatever pain that was, you believe, oh, I'm sick. And then that will demotivate you. You won't want to do certain things. You'll just probably want to curl up in a corner somewhere and be left alone. Maybe that's what they want. They want to make you unproductive. They want to make you afraid. They want to make you sad. Whatever reason they're doing it for. Somebody's basically controlling you. Government, puppet master kind of energy. Somebody want you to dance to the beat of their drum. It may be somebody you know. It may be somebody you don't even have a clue what they look like, but they know you. And they are warring with you. Or maybe they're testing you. Okay? So just check your thoughts and your emotions and make sure that they make sense in your life, in your story, and in your own psyche. Because even if you suffered a recent death of a loved one, it doesn't mean that you have to be all sad and depressed to the point of inactivity. You understand what I'm saying? So if you know that's not usually your response to serious issues like that, and all of a sudden you start picking up these new attitudes, it's not yours. Chances are it's not yours. That's not your programming. Okay? So this is organized crime involving government officials, right? So we got number of persons involved, 26 to 30 of them. You got a lot of enemies. You got a lot of people working on you, ladies. If you're resonating with this message, just know that it's a whole group doing this organized crime. So why would they need... Okay, so we got your reputation will be redeemed. Okay, so your reputation is you. Your reputation is your value as a person. It will be redeemed. So let's look at this for a little bit. We got the culprit has been caught. Okay, very nice, very nice. Oh, we got God is watching. And this is the reason why this message is coming out now. God want you to know, yeah, you need to suss yourself and make sure what you're claiming is yours, first of all. And just know God is watching your back. God has already caught this culprit, or these culprits in your case. And there we got, there's nothing you can do about it. Others have to take it from here. Okay, so the only thing you can do is control what's in your mind. When it comes to the physical aspect, these actual people, God's got people for that. You got people for that. So there's nothing that you can do except for take care of what is in your mind. Take care of what you need to do around you. Shower, shit, wax, watch a great show, laugh, exercise, cook, eat, take care of your children or other loved ones, clean your house. That's your job. Focus on those things. Okay? All right. So, interesting. So, we got assistant culprit. coming up next. There's nothing that you can do about it. Others have to take it from here. So we have assistant culprit. So it looks like some of these culprits backside. No. So out of these 26 to 30 culprits, there are 9 to 15 of them who are their brethren, people in the same group that's fighting against you, is fighting against these people that are fighting against you. So if it's a coven, I don't know much about these things. I've heard these words thrown around, so I'm gonna use it because I think a coven is like a group of people who come together to do magic, right? Or manipulate or attack or whatever, right? They're like a mini army or a big one. But magic is their thing. Manipulation, lies, acting, gang stalking, that's their shit, right? So these people that are involved, so okay, so the culprits that are fighting against you, ladies, some of their brethren, some of their assistants, they actually like you. So there's a group of people fighting against you, and within this group of people, within this group of roughly 30 people, half of them, they don't like what the rest of the group is doing to you. So they are the ones who are gonna fuck this group up for you. Isn't that great? So the assistant culprits, the assistant culprits, they want you to know they can't defeat you. So they're saying, we got your back, lady. You don't need to worry about anything. They think that we're on their side, but we're not. We're on your side. We like you. You don't deserve this. So we're going to make sure that we stop them for you. Okay? So, yeah. Doing something in your name for you. All right? They want to bless you. Right. So, just know that your job is to keep your mind and your current environment in order. And there are people behind the scenes within the group of these people that's trying to fight against you, fighting on your behalf, lady. Okay? Fantastico. We like that. All right, let's get your next message. Assistant culprits. They say, you think we're one of you. We're no longer one of you because we don't like what you're doing to this person. Okay? And we don't want to be part of this shit because of divine law, karma. Like, they're saying, we're not gonna be getting into trouble for your stupid ass doing this dumb shit to this person because this person don't deserve it. If they deserved it, then we would help you. If this lady deserved it, we would definitely help you. But you know what we come to realize? We've come to realize that this woman does not deserve this torment. Okay? You're being a jackass, they're saying to their comrades or their ex-comrades or their part comrades. I don't know if they actually split the group, but in this case, in your case, everybody's not on the same page. Okay? Half of the group if you want to let anything get locked into your head, let this be the message or the belief that gets locked into your head. The same group that's trying to fight you, there are members within that group that's like, hell nah. And God is watching. And if you don't believe in God, whatever you believe in, there's something out there watching out for you. And I assume that's just divine law. And that's the thing. Everybody is subject to divine law. Whether you believe in God or not, you're still subject to karma. Karma is no joke. It's not an illusion. Karma is real. There has to be a governing body, or else it will be total chaos, complete and utter chaos. And we'd only destroy each other and ourselves. So there has to be, for example, you touch fire, fire hot. Fire hot. Ice is cold. So there are signs to tell you when you're going in the right direction. You touch fire for long enough, you destroy whatever part you've been touching the fire with. You touch coal for long enough, it will have an effect on that thing. Okay, there are signs. You piss somebody off, they will eventually snap. There are signs. No matter how good they are, everybody has a breaking point. That includes me. That includes God. That includes you. And when you don't want to stand up for yourself, karma kicks in on your behalf, whether you know it or not. Okay, so the subject matter of this part of your message, ladies, we got cultural or community center. Okay, let's see where God is going with this. Cultural or community center. So culture, what's culture? Culture is basically a way of life that, let's just leave it there. It's a way of life. That's culture. It's a collection of practices. It's a collection of practices or beliefs. Beliefs given life. That's culture. Okay? Or community center. So community center, a community is a collective. And the center is like a headquarters, like central station type energy. So this could be coming from a philosophical angle again, but we'll know more once we get the cards. So let's see what God has to say about this. Cultural or community center. Because within self, the head would be the cultural or community center. Our thoughts, our beliefs, the data that we govern ourselves by, they all start in our mind. So that's the center. That's the cultural or community center. Okay. I'm hearing the mind instructs, the mind constructs, and the mind destructs. So instruct is to give commands, construct is to create, destruct is to break down. I'm hearing you can have something constructed in your mind, but if you do not instruct yourself to activate that construct, it will never manifest in reality. It will not have any power. It will not have an effect. So even though you believe certain things or you think certain things, once you don't give it life, it has no power. Once you do not activate it, it has no power. For example, one time I was driving with my brother. I was in the car. He was driving fast. Tell me, why am I hearing in my mind that I should open the fucking door? Open the car door. I heard it in my mind probably like 3 times. Some hating ass magician was somewhere telling me to open the car door while my brother was driving the car at God knows what speed. Now, if I didn't have control over myself, I would have opened the car door. My personal self would never construct a thought like that at a time like that, in a situation like that. So where the hell did that thought come from? And I heard it like 3 times. So even though people put things in your mind, you still have to give it life. Okay? Self-control. You are the master of self. And that's how you know you shouldn't believe every thought that comes to you. You should not act upon every thought that comes to you. Okay, let's see. So, okay. These were in the reverse. So before we even continue, let's check the interpretation. It feels correct like this. but there's something about it being this way. So we go, okay, so it's in the upright, but there's something about it being in the reverse. So this could mean that maybe one doesn't believe in prayer. Let's see what the next card is. We don't keep it upright. Prayer, public, club, or society. Prayer and public, club, or society. And the subject matter for this part was cultural or community center. Okay, so I'm hearing there's power in prayer. Well, obviously, but there's more power in prayer as a group, public, club, or society. So that could be some kind of a religious group, or just some group of people that should dedicate themselves to a higher power, whatever God, whatever religion, whatever higher energy one can find. You could pray as a group. Let's see the underlying issue. We got judge, upholding law and order. And we have oracle. We got just a diversion. They're farming something. Farming gang members of elders. What do you get when you have elders? You got wisdom. But these are advocates of evil. So whoever this oracle is, so we got judge, upholding law and order. Then we have this oracle coming in to divert them. Oracle, just a diversion. So there's an oracle that cannot be trusted, because what they're trying to create are gang members out of elders. So you see an older man or an older woman and you think, oh, this is somebody of wisdom. This is somebody who's respectable. They've seen some things in life. They've done some things in life. But what they're cultivating in these elders are advocates of evil. So this is why not every granny is respected as a granny, because some people would have a grandma or grandpa and you'd think that this is the one that has the most sense, the one that's most mature, the one that's most responsible. And in a day like today, back then it was more prevalent for the elders to be good people. In this day, it's becoming more prevalent for our elders to be advocates of evil. Okay? Dirty old men and dirty old women. And that's why we have to pray. So this is why I talk about gang members. So there's an oracle, or maybe more than one, out there that's creating the farm energy. What do you do on a farm? You plant things, you cultivate things. Cultural center. What you teach people, how you grow people. Okay, so how you grow people is with words, belief systems. All right, so they're cultivating gang members, elders, advocates of evil. And this is why we need to pray for the public, because they're right there in our faces. These aren't young people that's misbehaving. These are elders. So let's read on. Let's see. We got surveillance. So like pay attention to the secret club or society. Prophet or prophetess. So when you know better. So those of you who know you are prophets and prophetesses, you need to pay attention. It is our job to sound the alarm, blow the trumpet. Let people know. Excuse me. Government funded Exactly. So this is the good government now. God says, I've given you everything that you need. You have the protection. And this is probably why these people, they have this organized crime against you, is because you're a prophet or prophetess. You speak on God's behalf. You speak truth. You speak life. You encourage growth. There are people out here who they suffer when other people grow because of how they chose to live their life in the first place. For example, let me give you a simple example. As a hairdresser, I've seen a lot of hairdressers that they would do things like, in order to make more money, they don't care about their customer, this is what they do. They will do things like make hair products and sell them at some ridiculous prices. Or they'll do things like, before you leave the salon, they're rebooking you for your next appointment, so they have a regular income coming in. Okay? Shit like that. They'll do things like rushing you in the process so that they could get the numbers in. So instead of taking their time and giving each client their due quality of service, they will kind of rush your process through and get you out of the salon quick so that they can deal with somebody else to make more money. So this is like a form of dishonesty. And this is basically what we got going on here. It's just an example, but apply that pattern to whatever area of life you are dealing with or you are witnessing. Okay? So it's the dishonesty. So you may be blowing the trumpet on whatever ill you are witnessing or experiencing in your area of the earth or the world. They don't like you for that. So you blowing the whistle on shit like this. So let's say I was a hairdresser that's talking about things like this. Hairdressers who do this would automatically see me as their enemy because I'm making people wise to what wickedness they're doing just because they want to make some extra money. Now, the responsible thing for such hairdressers to do in the hairdresser scenario is, if you know that if you're conducting your business with integrity and you know that it's not bringing in the kind of funds that you need, it is up to you to use your brain to come up with other I can't find the word. Just other ways that still uphold your integrity to bring in extra money in your business. So instead of trying to sell people products at some stupid prices that you know they don't cost, or instead of trying to make people feel obligated to come back to you to get their hair done, or whatever else other stupid tactics you use to increase your income, instead of doing these things, you should do something else that shows you respecting your clients, respecting your supporters. Because if they find out what you're doing, how the fuck you think they're gonna feel? So why the fuck you think that they don't have a right to know that they're being swindled, bitches? Fuck off. If you're wrong, you're wrong. That's lazy business techniques. Show some respect to the people who care enough to come and support your fucking business, period. Your lack of funds should not be their bumbleclot responsibility. It's bullshit. Because if somebody was doing it to me, I would hate it. Why? Because I have other financial obligations. If somebody was doing it to you as a hairdresser, if you find out that a business is swindling you, you will not be very happy about it. So what you don't want for yourself, you should refrain giving it to other people. So if you're being dishonest and there are people out there who see your fucking game and they're highlighting your game, it's not for you to hate that person. How about you fucking check your bumbleclad self and do the fucking right thing, you lazy bitch? You weak ass bitch. You self-confidence lacking dumb cunt. Fucking failure. Why should you seeing yourself as a failure become everybody else's problem? Why should you being afraid to walk the right path in life become our fucking problem? Fuck off. We're deadlocked. You're fucking with us, we're fucking with you. Period. Because as a hairdresser, when clients experience shit with other hairdressers, it reflects on me whether I did it or not. I suffer. Because right away, they're wondering, am I the same? So yes, it's my business. It's my fucking business. Literally. You're lazy. And you're weak-minded. Fix it. Don't go throwing your problems on other people because of your weaknesses. How you think we're going to like that? And then you want us to shut up and just take it. Man, fuck off. You're an idiot. You're out of order. Get in order. Thieving, lazy bastards. So, prayer, public club or society. So this is us speaking out. This is us speaking up. This is us revealing the ugly secrets that these idiots don't want us to reveal. These weak asses. They refuse to accept that they're weak-minded. They refuse to accept that it's their fears that's making them do dumb shit to get by. They're of an adolescent mindset. They're children. They look like grown folks, but they're not. And they're getting paid to do it. So because it's benefiting them, they don't want us to speak up about it. You know? I can't even take this energy. I need to get rid of this out my face and out my energy. Yeah, this is horrible. So this is one of the stupid reasons why we get fought in this society. It's because there are police out there who don't want to do policing fairly. Doctors out there who don't want to do their doctor job fairly. Shopkeepers out there who don't want to do their shopkeeping fairly. Teachers out there who don't want to do their job. It's people who want to slack on their job. People who want to achieve through any old wicked means. These are the people who hate people like me and you. These are the people who group up together and attack people like me and you. Governments who don't want to stand up and be governments. They want to be ruled by people behind the scenes because they have money and they have power. They fear what these people can do to them. So everybody else has to suffer because they fear those who stand in behind them. When they took on the job and the responsibility to be guardians over whatever constituent or area they work in. You took on a job, say you want to help the public, you want to make your environment a better place. Then you get in there and people standing over you telling you to do fuckery and you actually do the fuckery. Why? Because they're paying you. You're getting some kind of gift to do it, but everybody else has to suffer. Why? Because you're afraid to do what the fuck you're supposed to be there doing. How the fuck is that my problem? Why should I have not the right to speak about that shit when people like myself are suffering? Make it make sense. It doesn't make any sense. If you want to do the crime, you can do the fucking time. That's it. If you want to be horrible in the dark, we can let the light shine on that shit. You should have never done it in the first fucking place. How about that? But y'all want to be evil. You don't want nobody to know that you're fucking evil. So why are you evil? You deserve everything you get for being evil. Fuck off. You should have been on the correct side of the law. So fuck you. For making stupid choices, you will suffer. Your reputation. That's your currency. That's your highest currency. When your reputation gets shot, that's when you realize that that is actually the most important element, the most important currency of your life. You thought your bank account was worth more than your bumbleclad reputation. It's not. You can have no money in the bank and still live a grand life. Why? Because your reputation precedes you. Fool. You know how many people will gladly bless me? Why? Because of my blessing to the world. That's why. I don't need money to eat. I don't need money to live in any place. There are people out there who would gladly open up their doors and their refrigerators to me because of the blessing that I have been to them so far in life. And if I continue to be a blessing, people continue to not only bless me, but my children and my children's children, and so on and so on. The gift that keeps on giving. Money, 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 money. Power and status, fake fucking friends. Y'all think that that's real currency. Networking, you think that's currency. Nah, bitches. Your integrity is real currency. Your willingness to walk through the fucking fire for your integrity, that is currency. Real currency. Transcends every boundary. The universe itself will get up and bless you for that. Fools. Are you learning anything in class today? You want to treat us like we're the bad guys. We're helping you, idiot. Know what real currency is. Your integrity is currency in the dark and in the light. Your little evil friends that you walk with, if they don't feel like they can trust you, or if they don't feel like they can trust in you, what are you worth? So what is real currency? And y'all want me to shut up. You should be paying me for this information. You should be paying me for this shit. I'm saving your life and I'm saving the life of all your children to come out to you. Your whole lineage I'm saving right now. I'm saving your destiny. I'm saving your future. You should be paying me for this. I'm shedding light in your dark life, your dark mind. Your ignorance is being driven away and replaced with proper thinking. Very valuable information. You're welcome. Yet you don't want me to live in this society. And this is why half of your group don't fuck with you. That must be the sensible half. That's the half that's true to themselves, true to life. That's the winner's circle. That's the real winner's circle. Y'all are just wannabes. You're blind. Can't see fuck all. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is real power. Honesty is the best policy. Is that true or false? If I'm honest with you, whether you like what I say or not, at least you know exactly where you stand with me. You know exactly where to put me in your life. That's power. If you're fucking with me and I tell you I'm gonna fuck you up and I'm honest with you and you choose to keep fucking with me and I end up fucking you up, then you'll know honesty was the best policy and that knowledge was supposed to give you power, but you chose not to believe. That knowledge was supposed to give you power over your destiny. But you chose not to believe. Now you're fucked up. You were warned. It's not my fault. I warned you. You chose to see me as a joke, so now you're reaping the fruits of your labor. Okay, so the subject matter of this part of your reading, ladies, we got you're in God's hands. Yeah, that was revealed from the second deck. You're in God's hands. God is watching, and God is using people who were once your enemies to now be your blessers. People who were led to believe that they were your enemies. They're starting to see the light. Okay, so you're in God's hands. We got change your image. So what's your image? Your image is your outer appearance. But because this has been such a psychological reading that was always talking about what's inside our mind, it's our inward appearance. So change your image, how you see yourself. So we got created with a live show in mind. Think crowd engagement. First of all, this deck I made for music, so bear with us as we interpret for you. And I'm sure when you see the words, you'll see the understanding of it. So you're in God's hands, so you need to change your image. So it's like if you didn't know you're in God's hands, you need to see yourself as being in God's hands. Because the very people who were once fighting against you, they have split, and now half of them are fighting for you to be blessed. Okay? That is God. Okay? So, if you didn't know you're blessed, better know that you're blessed. So, we got create it with live show in mind. So, just imagine yourself, seeing yourself how God sees you, seeing yourself as being taken care of in the background. Think crowd appreciation and think crowd engagement. This would be you. You're the crowd. How much more would you love yourself? How much more focused? How much more driven? How much more effective? How much more active? How much more happy would you be if you knew that you don't have to worry about the people who are fighting against you? You'd have peace, progress. You'd be making your enemies more mad to see you laughing when you should be crying. You should be confused. You should be upset. You should be tormented. You should be wanting to kill yourself by now. But rest in knowing that God has got you. So much so that God is using the very people who once fought against you to bless you. Should bring you a lot of comfort, because let's look at that for a moment. Who better to fight against these people than their own people? They know them inside and out. They know their every trick. They know their every game. They know their every move. Who better to stop them? That's why forgiveness is important. You never know who could be your blessing. That's why it's good not to be mean to people. People might think you're soft. They might think you're crazy for always being kind to every fucking body. I don't mean you allow people to abuse you. But general courtesy is a must. Always. Remember that. Because your best friend could be your worst enemy. But your worst enemy could also become your best friend. And that's what you got going on. Okay? So, see yourself how God see you. This is the underlying issue. Create a new image of yourself in your mind. Know that you are blessed and highly favored. You are not out here on the battlefield by yourself, because the battle is not ours, the battle is God's. Why? Because we advocate for good. We advocate for God's cause, which is righteousness, fairness, balance, growth, more life, more success. We not only want to see ourselves win, we want to see other people win. We speak up for those who don't have a voice. We have vision for those who can't see. And we choose to bless others. God love that. God respect that. And for that, God will forever protect you. Because you put your neck on the line for people you don't even know. Because when we do what we don't do it for ourselves only. It is our pleasure to bless others. It don't mean that we get involved in shit that really have nothing to do with us. But when we are called, when our spirit is moved to get involved, that's God calling us. We ought to answer. And we do answer. That means God gonna protect us. Because God say, oh, there's an instrument that I'm gonna use to fix this problem. So imagine all those people from that group that was fighting against you now standing up for you. They have blessings coming towards them for the sacrifice that they're making on your behalf or on our behalf. Because I know this is my story. I'm 100% sure. The people who stand up against this group that they were once working with on our behalf, they are putting their lives and their livelihood on the line for rightness. For us. For God. And that's why God is going to make their effort successful. It don't mean that every trick that they use to bless us is going to work, but most of them will, and the overall will be success, victory. Why? Because we deserve it. They deserve it. Why would God inspire them to put their lives on the line for what is right, only to make them lose? There must be a reason. So they need to see their losses as stepping stones, not the final destination. Just as our losses are only stepping stones, not the final destination. Look back and see how the difficulties that you've had to endure in your life has built you. Has built your reputation, has built your wisdom, has built your understanding, has built your courage, has built your faith, has built your bank account, has built your public status. Don't miss it. Pay attention. Okay? Pay attention. So it's all about how you speak to yourself. See yourself how God sees you. God sees us as blessed and highly favored. Very brave. Because we know the risks we take when we choose to do the right thing in a society like this one. And the one that you live in, wherever you are. They do not respect the truth. They do not hold integrity in high regard. So for us to speak up for the truth and integrity and all these good things, we're going against their aims and objectives, their mathematical calculations. We're putting ourselves in the line of fire. And that's why they group up together to try cut us down. It's only natural. If we were the bad guys, we'd probably do the same thing. So once you start speaking right to yourself, you can expect miracles. Okay? Not just one miracle. Which in the miracles are coming into our lives. That's why we're still here. Sound mind, able body, looking great, feeling great, still able to spread positivity in our environments. The miracles are already here. But now, once you start talking to yourself and paying attention, you'll be able to see them. Okay? You'll be able to see the miracles that God has always been manifesting around you. So, let's read on. Because this deck is so small, I'm just gonna use, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so we got relax and just be. You're in God's hands. What else should you do? Just be you. I gotta wash today, I gotta cook today, I gotta clean today. I don't have to worry about people who are aiming their guns at me. That's not my job. I don't have to worry about people who are trying to poison my food today. That's not my job. Okay? I'm responsible for what I know. I'm responsible for what I can handle only. God is a good God. All right? So, we got relax and just be. And then we got sexercise. Oh, there's a great plan. The underlying issue is facial expressions. We got A, E, I, O, U. If you do that a lot, yeah, that's what helps to keep me looking so fresh and young. Smile more. Speak more, sing more. Smile for no reason. Actually, just make up an exercise that do with smiling. The same way you go 1, 2, 3. Same way you go 1, 2. It works. So that way you'll never look like what you're going through. Why? Because you deserve to be beautiful. You're a beautiful soul. You're beautiful inside. Why should you not be on the outside too? And if you have a partner to help you do this niceness, then do that too. God said relax. Just be. Okay? So don't be depriving your partner of some great sex just because you got stress in other areas of your life. Okay? Or don't allow what the people outside of your relationship are doing to you to ruin your relationship. This is your support system. So if you've been doing that, it's time that you apologize to your partner and explain yourself and acknowledge that you were wrong. Okay? Let's see what was going on behind this facial expressions card. Push-ups, ribbon dance, weightlifting, and handstands. So this is talking about the arms, facial expressions. So we got exercise in the face, exercise in the hands, and hugging. And we got exercise in your voice, talking, singing, shouting. Yeah, so give your partner a hug and then explain yourself. Okay? And we got tap dance. So that's you being careful with your words. That's what I'm getting from this card, okay? So be careful how you say what you're saying. Tap dance. And then that will rise you to higher heights. Hiking. Okay? Stair climbing, treadmill on the incline. It will help to rise your... So, we got masturbate coming next. Sexual orgasm. So if you don't have somebody, you can do it yourself. Okay? But if you have somebody that you've been neglecting and you need to repair your relationship because you know that they didn't deserve to be shut out, you need to make those corrections, because they're your support system. Okay? And try your best not to allow outside influences damage relationships that have nothing to do with that. Okay? Compartmentalize your life. Do not allow your work life to damage your home life. Don't allow your home life to damage your work life. Don't allow your relationship with your spouse to damage the one that you have with your children. and so on and so on and so on. Don't let your relationship with this person damage the relationship you have with that person. Okay? Just because somebody is somebody's enemy, it doesn't mean that they need to be your enemy too. And just because your life is falling apart over here, it doesn't mean that you have to allow it to fall apart over there too. We need to stop being in that type of mindset. Okay? Because it's not serving us well. For many years, people have allowed, when things go wrong in one or more areas of their life, they allow it to transcend and affect other areas of their life that's actually healthy and thriving. It's not responsible behavior. That's a lack of self-control. Okay? It doesn't serve us well. So if you need to explain yourself to your loved one, explain yourself. Explain your psychosis to them. Explain exactly what's going on in your life, which encouraged whatever is going on in your mind, which is the result of which your behavior resulted from. Okay, so that they understand what you're going through. Okay, and then they'll be more inclined to be understanding of your situation. When you're going through difficulty, it doesn't make any sense to hide, because then people will see your behavior and misjudge you because you left the door wide open to be misjudged. You didn't explain yourself. So how am I meant to know what you're going through and what we're actually working with and dealing with if you don't tell me? I'm not a mind reader. Some people can read minds, but I'm not a mind reader, and you're probably not a mind reader too. Okay? Don't try and make yourself look like you're richer than you're not. Don't try and make yourself look poorer than you're not, unless you're saving money. That money is not to be touched, so don't even think about that. That's fair enough, but let your people know where you're at. Especially when you know you're in a situation where you might be acting out of sorts and people are going to start wondering, well, what is going on with you? Excuse me. It's good to let your people understand you. Don't give them cause to guess, because you're only making it bad for yourself. Especially if there's some magician somewhere putting stupid thoughts in their head. There's nothing to counteract those dumb thoughts with. We are magical beings. Know that. Because we started off talking about claiming feelings and thoughts that are not your own, or refraining from claiming these things. They'll do it to your children, they'll do it to your spouse, they'll do it to your teacher, to your shopkeeper, to your personal trainer. So if you need to speak to your people, I suggest you speak to your people, right? That way, at least they have your testimony to counteract the fuckery that somebody else is trying to put in their mind. It's their business if they want to believe the fuckery or believe you. You're not responsible for that part. That's where you step back and let God do the rest. I want to admit to y'all right now, this is my least favorite deck of my whole arsenal so far. Okay? It's too dark for me, but we're surrounded by idiots. And that's why it's coming out in this reading. So let's see what it wants to tell us. Okay? We're not surrounded by like minds. Okay. Okay, so the subject matter of this part of our reading, we've got. Oh, this is why I hate this deck. But luckily, it's not coming through as actually doing that, which some of these stupid assholes are probably doing this activity for real. Okay? But right now, it's coming through as like robbing the young, robbing the younger. Okay? That's what it's coming through as. So, okay, so we were talking about explaining to the people that you love what you're going through so that they understand your behavior, because if you're troubled, it's gonna show. Okay, people who know you, it's gonna show. I'm talking to the good people now. Okay, if your behavior changes, the people that love you, who pay attention to you, they notice it. Okay, so instead of allowing them to be all worried, you need to acknowledge that you know that they know that there's something wrong with you, and give them some level of explanation as to what you're going through, so that they know, yeah, mommy is going through something, sister is going through something, auntie is going through something, grandma is going through something, my friend is going through something. You know what I'm saying? So now we got doing this to human babies as the subject. So it's like robbing them of the ability to understand you, and thereby being able to support you in whatever way they can in this situation. Okay? So you're robbing them of the opportunity to be motivated to give you the love that you need to help you get past this storm, or get through this storm. You understand? Because they care about you. All right? And their minds are baby because they know so little about whatever you're going through. So it's a baby mindset. Okay? Let's read on. Let's see. So we got drinking this crap, okay, and grooming little girls for that shit. So let's make sense of all this. At the bottom of the deck, we got grooming little boys for that shit. Okay. So let's see what God is saying to us with this part of the message. Okay, so the children need us, first of all. So the energy that was the subject matter of this part of the reading is talking about the neglect that we are manifesting in the lives of our children. So God basically is saying that it's an ugly world we live in, and we need to make our children see the ugliness. Because if we don't, the world will show them the darkness. They'll be groomed to be whatsoever the world around them want them to be. If we don't teach them what they need to know, we need to stop shielding our children from every ugliness they need to know. Because for example, I could tell you that as a young person, there's a lot that I didn't know. I didn't know that we lived around lies like that, and I was a very honest person. So a lot of the times I would let out secrets that I'm not supposed to, without knowing that I'm doing it, and then I'd be hated for it when nobody even taught me that everything that I'm seeing is not what actually is. They expected me to just adapt to the mindset and the way that things are done when I was never even taught what that looked like. I was taught God. I was taught honesty. I was taught goodness. But really and truly, I was being raised around foulness, ungodliness. I was raised by Satans and Satanesses. And they just expected me to know how to be that too, I guess. That shit don't come built in. It take programming. And it take me accepting the programming. Because even when I found out that that's what the fuck was going on, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want that. I'm not that. So we have a duty to speak to our children about all the things that they need to know about. We need to send our children out into the world armed with knowledge and understanding. This is not the time to shield your children from the ugliness of the world. There's a right way to do it, granted, but it needs to get done. It's in the best interest of your children and yourself, so you do not lose your children to this ugly world. So it's not just prostitution that they're trying to groom your children for. They're creating advocates of evil in its entirety, using our very children. If we don't fill up our children with the right programming, somebody else is going to program them for us. And the schools can't be trusted. The teachers, a lot of them can't be trusted. This society cannot be trusted. Am I lying? So it is your duty as a parent to inform your children of what you need to inform them of. It's of the utmost importance. Once you've told them, anybody else can tell them whatever they want to tell them. At least they see both sides of the coin. Let them choose after that. You'll know who they are. But you need to do your duty as parent. And not just for the youngers either, but for the blind. See how my eye started itching me? For the blind, for those who do not understand society. I'm not saying to force it on people, because I know how these conversations can go. I've had them many times and seen how they get blown out of proportion. And I had to learn that, yeah, no, that's not how I want to communicate. Because some people, they have their own locked mindset and they have no desire to change. Those people, you do not waste your time with. That's why I'm so happy for social media, because now I come on and I share what I have to share. And who want it, want it. Who don't like it, you don't have to come watch it. But I don't go around talking to individuals anymore, because the chances of me finding somebody who care about hearing about these things is very slim. And most people are afraid, even when they want to talk about these things, they're afraid to ruffle feathers. Because as you can see, we get persecuted for talking about these things. They crucify us for talking these things. So other people, they know the consequences of speaking these things. So when we start talking these things to them, they start getting weird on us. It's not because they don't want to talk about it. It's not because they don't agree with us. It's because they know that they'll be shunned from society, the secret society. The underground society that really runs society. See, I didn't even know that that was a thing. That is a thing. That's just not how things are done around here. A lot of what we see is just a facade, unfortunately. And people like you and myself, we are here to unveil it. And that's why they hate us. But everybody gotta know. Let this be a level playing field. Let me choose if I want to solve the darkness or solve the light. You don't get to make that bumbleclot choice for me. You don't get to force me. You don't get to force me to be either or. So, it's all about shedding the light to those who need to see the light. Now, for family, we have a responsibility to speak to our family one-on-one. But for the wider world, it's most likely better to just find a way to express yourself generally without actually speaking specifically to a person. I mean, you could try it that way too, because everybody's not going to be afraid. And because we've been waking up for so long and we've been doing this for so long, we've helped a lot of people to find their own courage to live truth, to seek truth, to find confidence, to find God, to find their Savior. We've encouraged a lot of people. So whereas we had a small amount of people who were of the light, listen to the helicopter. Hi. So whereas we had a small amount of people who were on this journey to seek and respect the truth and to live truth in spite of the consequences, that number has been growing. Okay? The number has been growing slowly. So in this day and age, you might be able to find more people who will be more open to speaking about it and don't care about what the possible consequences may be regarding the very people that we live around. Would you believe it's your own mother and father and whatnot, your own sister and brother, your own corner store, your own doctor, your own dentist, your own friends? When you start holding a certain mindset, they start separating themselves from you because they know the consequences of speaking and talking like that and letting it be public that this is how you feel about this and that situation. Look around and you see. The game of life, shit. We have been very much put at a disadvantage. Honest people, truth seekers, we have been very much put at a disadvantage in starting out life. We thought people were generally good people. We thought society was run on righteousness, doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know it was all politics. People saying one thing and doing something completely different. People expressing themselves as this is who I am and this is what I believe, when underneath it all, they're the fucking culprit. We didn't know. We thought that if I'm good to you, you're going to be good to me. Because that's how we're supposed to be. That's how we grew up, thinking that way. Not knowing that the trick is to get me to be good to you while you're stabbing me in the back. Because if I believe that you want to be good to me, I'll never suspect you and you'll always have access to me to hurt me. Because you truly don't believe in what I believe in. And what I believe in is in conflict with what you believe in. And to allow what I believe in to rise is to automatically make what you believe in decline. For me to have strength in truth, you who are living a lie will automatically decline. And that's why we have the war. This underground war. They see it, the evil people see it as a war for survival. They are delusional. It don't make no sense. Don't try to make sense of it. Because if we don't get them, karma will get them. Life is not set up that way. It never was, and it never will be. They were lied to. The riches that people get through ill means, they suffer for it. They just don't tell you that part. They don't show you that part. They don't show you that part. They hide their sufferation. The other day I was doing a reading and it was talking about some of these world domination people. And God was saying to them, look, I see how you treat other people's children, and you want me to open your womb or activate your sperm so that you can create children of your own for you to love and train up however you want to train up. God said, no, I'm going to keep you barren until you learn to treat other people's children with the kind of level of respect that they deserve. Until you start to be good to people's children, you will never have children of your own. And things like this may seem like nothing to you or I, but that's because we have not been infused with that deep desire for children. So whoever these world domination people were who were suffering this fate, they seriously want their own children. They want to carry on their own bloodline, their own lineage. It's important to them, highly so. So I'm saying all that to say, no matter how much people do evil and they look like they're thriving and they're succeeding with this evil thing, there is something. There is a part of their existence where you will find that deep sufferation for the fuckery that they're doing. They don't even understand. That's the bad thing. But people like me are here to shed the light that that's how things really work around here. That's just the way things work around here. Who's gonna run this down tonight? Not you, motherfucker. God thing is not your thing. It's our thing. But first it's God thing. If you don't know, now you know, nigga. And whatever we call the other people of the other ethnicities. Oh, yeah. Oh, let's get the next message. I think I'm going to stop, Let's get this last message and then we stop this one. Who's going to run this down tonight? We got a mother card wanted to show itself. And we got close associate. A shame. Okay. Okay, so we got a little feminine energy at the bottom of the deck and aunt energy. Okay, interesting. So that flipped over and flipped all the way over and flipped around, but we don't pay attention to every barking bitch, okay? We pick and choose who we want to pay attention to around here. And honestly, your energy was just not strong enough. Smooches. Eh, 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 eh. Eh, 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 eh. All right. Now all these cards decide to come out upside down. Let's see, we got the aunt card upside down. We got the father card upside down. We have grandmother and boss came out upside down. Grandmother and boss, you know, feminine energy. Boss energy. Isn't it funny how they make us feel like men are more powerful than women, but a man is just a man, but a woman is a man and a woo. So the question is, what is woo? Woman. That's two parts. We are both male and woo. So man is just a male. And it's like, I don't know. In my studies, the most powerful of the sexes so far has been revealed to me to be feminine, female energies. Female energies. So this world, this society, I don't know where you come from, but the society that I come from, they make, even in the holy book, the Bible, there's Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. They eliminate the woman. In some religions or regions, they go so far as to hold down the females with extreme effort. Me, myself, I am a woman. And look at what I'm doing with my, look at how I choose to live my life. Look at how I've dedicated my very life as a woman. A little woman. I'm not a big woman either. I'm just a little woman with not much knowledge. I'm just a baby. But the level of courage, the level of faith, the level of determination, that was naturally inside me. I know it marvels a lot of people who know the full story, who know my full story. So what is woman? We are greater than they want us to believe. You know the tomb of the unknown soldier? Google it. It's a woman. It's a woman. It's a female that they are so afraid of. It's a female that they guard. It's a female that they've had to lock away for fear of what she is capable of.
It's a female. And those of you who know me know that I have access to this type of information. It's a female. It's not a male. The woman, the person who is head of this world domination organization, who has been targeting me, it's the woman. It's not the man them. It's the woman who's been calling the shots. It's the woman who's been running things. So why is it that they sell manhood to us publicly as strength? And yet behind the scenes, these secret societies, they go so far as to create an impression of denying women the ability to join these groups. Why? It's an illusion. They don't want women to know their real strength. That's why. Because this woman still can't conquer this woman. This secret society bitch. She still can't conquer this princess. So what if every woman knew their real strength? What would the world look like? They train us to see ourselves as damsels in distress. They train us to pride ourselves as damsels in distress. A man need to pay all my bills. They train us to be dependent. They train us to be the weaker of the sexes. Why? My internet just suddenly had problems. Why? So anyway, we got aunt, father. Let me check them, see if this will be in the upright or not. Let's see what I'm going on. This one belong like this. That's in the upright. This one belong like this. That's in the upright. And this one belong like this. That's in the upright. So everything belong in the upright, yet everything came out reversed. All the card them fell out upside down. And grandmother came out with the boss energy. So, let's look at the underlying issue for this here combination. And then I'm not going to dig into it right now because I feel like God has something specific to say about each. So what we're going to do is we're going to check on the underlying issue, and then we're going to stop the video, and then tomorrow we'll continue to find out what we need to know about these characters. Okay? So the underlying issue is government, the head. I'm not talking about I'm talking about the ones in control. Whether they're elected, I'm not talking about in the physical world, we're talking about internally, or in within our family structures, or within our little communities. Okay? The government, the one with the most say. The one who calls the shots. That's the underlying issue. We got open admirer. Interesting. that's nice. So let me just, we got cousin, close associate, colleague, hitman for the angel. What's new? Okay. Okay. So what we got going on here is whoever is in charge is actually an open admirer. So they don't even hide that they like us. Oh gosh, okay. We're gonna stop this video because this is already 2 hours. So we're gonna stop this reading here, and then what we're gonna do is continue tomorrow. Okay? Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna get what all this is about tomorrow. So you can write down the cards that we got here and the order that they came out in, and if you really care anyway. I'll try and keep them in order. And tomorrow we're going to find out what it is that God wants us to know about this. But somebody with power like somebody. And it felt like good news. They're like, I ain't even going to hide. I like you. I like you a lot. I'm a fan. Some kind of government is a fan. Somebody with the say-so. They're a fan. While there's hitmans out to get the angels, but it really makes sense of it tomorrow. I don't even know what's going on, but it feels good. Mixed in with the bad, of course. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you learned something from this. And I thank you so very much for joining me. Until next time, my loves, take care of yourself and each other. Okay? Bye-bye.